Brian Callahan is part of every episode of Titans All Access.
It's Callie's Corner, presented by SeatGeek.
You mentioned that you need more explosive plays, more big plays. Two longest plays yesterday were 23 yards. Those were your only two over 20. Was that at least in part a result of the fact that the Colts were playing a type of defense that was going to take away many opportunities for big plays?
That's Gus Bradley's MO. He's always been really good at that. Forces you into playing a very patient style of football, and that's what we saw. I mean, and they did it. And I'll give a lot of credit to Gus. I think he's a fantastic coordinator schematically. Really does a nice job of keeping you a little bit off balance. He does a really good job. We have to find ways to be more explosive, and there's a lot of different ways that we can probe that, but at the end of the day, if you have 7 to 8 explosives, that's probably going to mean you're winning the football game, probably.
Will Levis got the ball out very quickly on Sunday, which was your design because you did not want him to take hits. Levis was not sacked in the game. Were you more satisfied overall with your protection?
I think we are making weekly improvements up front, and that's all 5 of those guys. I think J.C. Latham, every week he goes out there, gets better. It's never perfect. It's never going to be. I think Peter's grown every week. I think Lloyd's been very solid for us, and I think Dylan's really come on a bit. I think he's improving. So we're after that week-to-week improvement up front, and it takes time to get good up front. It takes time to learn a new system and new language and new ways of doing things, and I think those guys have done a nice job. They put the time and work in, and the improvements has been noticeable. I mean, that's two back-to-back games where I thought we've been really physical and run the ball well, and we've been better in pass pro.
Tony Pollard is someone else who has looked very pretty recently.
Yes.
And I feel like we need to talk about it because he has been the most consistent weapon on this offense. At what point do you expect opposing defenses to start specifically planning to stop Tony Pollard?
People are aware now that we're a pretty solid rushing football team, and they're trying to find ways to slow that down. But Tony is so dynamic and so versatile that we throw the ball with him in the game. He pass protects great. He never really has to ever come out, and so it's hard for people to pin down necessarily just because he's in. If we're gonna run the football or not run the football, or is he going to release in a pattern, all those things. So that part helps him. But he has been just an absolutely fantastic playmaker for our offense. He's been a great leader. He's been a great locker room presence. And then on top of that, he's made, and especially yesterday, most of our plays. It was fantastic.
Jarvis Brownlee at corner.
What a game.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. From just our perspective, looked like he played really well. When you watch the tape, maybe even more impressive.
Yeah, he was fantastic for a young player. He's always been a guy that we felt like had the potential to be a good player. And now that he's getting an opportunity due to injury, he's really shown what he's capable of. And the key for him now is going to be do it again. That's what separates guys in the league is really, really nice, building into a really nice performance, had a really, really nice performance against the Colts, and now can you do that multiple weeks in a row.
Buffalo Bills next. You've seen Buffalo a lot from your time in Cincinnati. What about this 2024 Bills team is different or the same from what you have experienced?
They're running the ball well. They're a physical football team. They're playing a really aggressive brand of defense, which they sort of always have, but they've had a little bit of change in the staff there as well from last year to this year with Eric Washington leaving to go to the Bears. And I think, Coach McDermott's probably taken a more active hands-on approach to it. But, they got good players. They got good scheme. They're a team that is battle-tested. They know what it looks and feels like, and they are a contending AFC team. So we got a work cut out for us in what is maybe one of the best environments in football to go play. Hard, difficult, but really enjoyable to go play in an environment like Buffalo. So, we got our hands full against a team that I think is playing pretty good football and is one of the better teams in our conference.